We are back working on our Eg33 STi again. I'm not going to say yet again because I hate when I say that. Whenever I'm editing and I say that, I cringe every single time. So we're working on the Eg33 some more today. So I'm very curious and I need to know if I completely destroyed the electrical system in this car, body harness wise. We're strictly talking about body harness. So the goal for today is I want to get this fender permanently mounted back on. I went to the auto parts store, grabbed a whole bunch of wire loom so that way I can start re-looming some of this wire that I just completely stripped and destroyed and mangled absolutely everywhere in the car. So big goal for today is make sure electrical system works. I ordered the ECU for the car on Saturday, so hopefully it comes in this week. So I did order a Haltech Elite 2500 with their race harness. So it gives us full accessibility, full programming to do whatever we want with the engine. We can have like rolling anti-lag, launch control, flat foot shifting, you name it, this car will do it. So I don't even know. Oh, and I wanted to address some questions because these questions like keep coming up, so I'm gonna address them now in the beginning of the video. Hey, the intake manifold, yes, it will be powder coated. It will be powder coated the same like bronze black color I've been doing everything else. We're just not gonna powder coat it till after it comes back from fabrication. There's just no point because he's gonna cut it in half, weld everything, and it's just gonna completely mangle it. So yes, the intake manifold's getting powder coated, just not yet. Second, actual target horsepower goal for the car. So the car is going to be tuned probably on 3 tune settings, so that way we can adjust it as we want. Daily drivability, if I want to daily drive the car or if I just want to drive it around on the street, it's probably going to be around 600 to 700 wheel horsepower. We're probably going to have an intermediate one at about 900, then we're going to have the full send tune that's about the 1100 to 1200 wheel horsepower. So hopefully that answers those questions, kind of like knocks them out of the way right now, but I need to get to this. I also want to try to get the interior back in the car today for the most part, like the dash bar, the heater core, and all that stuff. So enough talking. Let's pull this fender off, start re-looming some of this wire, getting it like tucked back in. We'll jump inside of the car, start re-looming some of that stuff. Once we get to the point where we're ready, we'll toss a battery in it and hopefully electronics still work. So this side over here is pretty loomed up, pretty happy with it. I did spray like a light coat of paint on here just because there was exposed metal on there. It doesn't look good, but it's literally just so it doesn't rust. We're probably gonna end up losing that bracket for the fabricator anyways. To be honest, I could probably just drill out the spot welds in that bracket right now. We get rid of it, but ABS is hooked back up electrically speaking. So the wiring harness runs down. All I did was use this loom with some electrical tape, and then it wraps up right here. I need to go grab some of those like zip tie, like circle guys. You like wrap them around a wire. It's got a little push tab. You can push them up. So I need to grab a couple of those just to keep this up there, but it's literally just gonna run as high up as possible up there just to keep the loom away from obviously the wheel and tire. So now that I've got, this was the easy side. So now that the easy side right here is kind of knocked out, we're gonna jump over here to the mess of things right here. So I'm going to reuse the stock fuse box for now, okay? So we are gonna put everything back in the fuse box, bolt it up right there just to get it out of the way, so that way I can loom all of that messed up spaghetti and just clean it up a ton. I've already pulled everything out of the harness that I need to. Most of this stuff is all body stuff, headlight, turn light signals, all that kind of crap right there. Most of the engine harness stuff that I pulled out of the car did come through that main grommet right over there. That's where your engine harness feeds through and it comes out. So most of the engine stuff is on that main harness, so that's already all removed. It's already been depinned from the ECU as well. And then we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit. I just want to get the wires in here cleaned up because it looks atrocious. This looks a lot cleaner. It looks a lot better. I do have a ground for right there. I just need to put the bolt in there. I've got it soaking and some rust blaster and some brake clean over there. So once that's done, I can put that ground back in right there for this ABS module. But let's start on the stressful spaghettiness. So I got the lower loom down there for the headlights and everything loomed back up. That's all good to go. Now, before I just started like plooping this guy in here, I did want to double check. So I've got the service manual up for this car. I've been looking at wiring diagrams for like the past 40 minutes to make sure we're good. It labels every connector for you guys. So that way, if you guys are good doing this, you can go to like connector B564 and then scroll down and it'll tell you like what everything does on that connector. So what I've learned for the most part is nothing from this box can come out. This is all body related stuff like headlights, headlights, turn signals, hazards, door switches, really random stuff. Immobilizer is tied into this. So we're not going to be pulling anything out of this. We are going to reuse this in the factory location just to mitigate how much stuff we're moving. This connector is an unknown connector to me. I don't know why I kept it. I don't know what it goes to, so I'm trying to figure that out on the diagram. I think it's washer reservoir. We'll figure that out. So I'm going to get all this put back into that box, get it cleaned up, re-loom all of that spaghetti right there going up into the car. From there, I need to loom up this spaghetti up here also. Most of that is transmission, like fluid level for the master cylinder, the reservoir right there, washer, motors, that kind of stuff. So let's clean up more wiring. This is the most exciting part of the engine swap, you guys. So the engine bay is starting to look more OEM, which I am all about. The fuse box is back in. Everything is put back in there, clipped in. We have everything loomed up nicely. We've got battery terminal right there, alternator, starter. All of this up here is now loomed up looking OEM. It's all going to get zip tied back up there where it originally went. I'm going to run to AutoZone here in a little bit to grab that stuff. Next up, I'm going to knock out this mess of wires right here. I do want to say something right now because I know wiring is not fun, but in an engine swap, wiring is probably the most important aspect of everything you're doing. You could shove any engine you want in there. If your wiring is jank, if your wiring is all sorts up, it's not gonna work. Nothing's going to work. So spending the time to make sure your wiring is A, proper, B, clean, C, routed properly, and everything is good to go on the wiring aspect is probably the most important part of doing this swap. So let me knock out this other big loom. Then we need to jump in the car, knock out this fuse box to get it wherever it goes, get the ECM plugged back in, and this fuse box panel, or this fuse panel right here. Once all of that is plugged back in here, we can actually fire this thing. Well, not fire it up, but we can turn on the electronics to make sure everything is still working as it should. So let's knock out this spaghetti mess. Finally, the front end of the car is loomed up. To give you guys some time frame of reference, that took me about 3.5 hours to re-loom everything up here, rewire some stuff, move some electrical stuff around. I've already given you guys the entire rundown on that. I'm not even going to. Next, we're going to jump inside of the car. I'm not going to be looming anything in the car right now. We're strictly going to be putting in fuse boxes, brackets, stuff like that to get all the electrical plugged back in so that way we can fully test the body harness. Because if the body harness works, I want to say we're in the clear and we didn't completely ruin this harness and chassis. If it doesn't work, we're not going to go there. So let's get this stuff back in the car. Oh, that would suck if I ruined everything. So for the most part, I think I've got enough hooked up in the car to the point where exterior lighting and body components should work. Keyword here being should. There's a major harness up there that is not plugged in, but that's mainly for speakers, door switches, automatic door latches. I might need to plug it in for keyless entry now that I think about it. I don't know. We're gonna try playing with it because the keyless entry sensor is in the trunk. I don't know. Let me show you guys in here. If everything works, we're gonna re-loom the interior of the car to get all this wiring taken care of. If it doesn't, I've got a big problem in my hands. So over here we have the main fuse box. It's just chilling right there. We have the body control unit or the BIU. We have the ECU plugged in down there and temporarily just to be able to recognize that there's a key. I don't have any of the grounds put on. I don't know if that's going to be a huge, actually I should. Let me reconnect all the grounds in here first, and then we're gonna put a battery up there. We're gonna get the headlights in, put a battery in there, hope to God that nothing catches on fire, because that wouldn't be fun. If nothing catches on fire, we'll test the lights. If the lights work and the turn signals and everything work, we're on a good track right here. On this episode of Home Improvement, we test fit your battery. Why does your steering shaft look like it's not steering? We have lights! Oh, we have lights!
Do we?
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. We have both?
Yeah.
Let me check the back. Holy shit, we got lights! We got one light.
Wait, are your lights on?
Yeah, I just turned them on.
Okay, well your C lights are on, but your...
Yeah, just the C lights on, just the running lights.
Yeah.
So my passenger tail light over here is not on. 3 out of 4 is a good start. Hold on. All right, let me try low beams. You ready?
Wow.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
All right, high beam.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're kidding me right now.
No, it all works.
It all works?
It all works.
Get the fuck out of here.
It all...
Get out of here. It all works.
This poor car.
Oh, it works. It works. It works. All the lights except for this one. Matt, hit the brake pedal for me with your hand. All right. Low beam, high beam, running light works. For some reason, this tail light's not working, so I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that, see what's going on here. This one is, but hit the brake light, or just hit the brake with your hand. Forewarning, there's a lot of wires in there.
I feel like Indiana Jones climbing into this bitch.
Just do it. Go raid my lost ark.
Like snakes. Like
Go raid my lost ark.
Like I'm gonna get eaten by snakes.
Just hit the brake pedal with your hand. Oh! Oh, it works! It works! Let off the brake pedal. Oh! Yes! Bro, this is so exciting! You have no idea!
Dude, I wish I had people cheering for little things I do like this all the time.
You call this little?
No,
Look at all this!
Me hitting the brake pedal makes people so happy.
Oh, yeah.
Just makes me happy.
Okay, all right, so. Bro, what? What? It works! Oh, blinkers. Okay. I don't hear any clicking. I don't think that's plugged in yet.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that one's plugged in yet because we ain't got blinkers.
Oh my god.
Can you hit the hazards? you were gonna go for it too, weren't you?
Where's the button?
All right, let me try the other way.
Dude, this is so spacious. They could have put so much more space in here.
Can you check that headlight up there? Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it because there's a fucking thing. The mirror would be flashing though, and it's not. Okay, so blinkers don't seem to be hooked up yet, but we have low beams and high beams right now, and tail lights. Get out of here! Get out of here, man!
Yo, you know what I just realized?
Oh! So it might not seem like a lot, but this is a huge win for me right now, you guys. I have stripped and mangled that body harness as much as I could. Now, we are having one problem where the passenger side rear tail light is not working, but I feel like that's just a connector that might not be plugged in. So now that we have verified that the important stuff works, which is mainly lighting right now, we're gonna go ahead and get the dash bar back in, the heater core, all that stuff. We're gonna start re-looming some of this wire to clean up the inside of this car. So it may look like a mess right now. Yes, I know, but it's going to look a lot better in probably about an hour. So we have a lot of, actually, this is a ton of work. So we have a ton of work to do right now. So let's just start knocking it out. So it is a couple hours in the future. Like that time lapse that you guys just saw literally was probably like 4 to 5 hours of me figuring out where wiring harnesses go, how to put stuff, and it's still not 100% perfect, but I got it to a point where we can start testing things. And so far, everything looks pretty decent. That shouldn't be on. That is on. Dope. Okay, so let me show you guys what I got so far. I did get this brake light working again. Whenever we hit the brake pedal, the brakes do illuminate, so we do have brakes. Up here, we have our running lights for the license plate. Up here, let's come in here first. So let's turn all of that on. All of it's on. We'll come in here, close that, come up here. So we have running light, low beam, high beam, running light, and fog lights all working. Now there's one thing that's pretty important that's not working, and that's blinkers. For some reason, blinkers are just non-existent right now. So if I hit left blinker, we come up here. Actually, we can go back here. That should be blinking, and it is definitely not. These are fully plugged in, correct? They are 100% plugged in. They should be working. There's no reason blinkers shouldn't be working. I mean, I can just hand signal blinkers everywhere I go. No blinker. No blinker. I don't think windshield wipers work either. Oh, damn it, canard. I kick that canard every time. I don't think windshield wipers work either right now. Yeah, windshield wipers definitely do not work either. So I'm gonna do a once over in here, see if there's any connectors that I may have missed. If so, I'll plug them in. We'll give it another try. If not, then that's gonna be a problem for another day. Out of sheer curiosity, I also plugged in the cluster. So if I come down here and I hit my push to start button, oh, nothing happens on the cluster. That's interesting, I guess. What's flashing? The security light's flashing. That's about it. All right, let me do a once over for connectors. Okay, I have to share this with you because this is huge. This has been like my biggest concern with the car. I didn't check the windshield wipers. I'm curious if those work now. I doubt it, but I need to share this with you guys. This has been an all-day excursion on wiring, and like I said at the beginning of the video, you can put any engine into any car, but if your wiring is jank and it's f***ed up, it's not going to work. But I got this to work. So first of all, yes, it's dark, it is late, I do apologize. Now check this out, So it's a push to start car. Now here's the key, unlock. I don't have that side plugged in, so don't judge me overly. Unlock, lock. The fucking key fob still works and the blinker works. I got the blinker to work. I don't quite know what I did to make the blinker work, but I'm pretty sure I know. So if we come in here, this is a little bit interesting. So the gauge cluster itself up here is not actually getting power, but if the key is here, the car will recognize it. So we can hit that button. The orange light on the STi turns on. You guys can see that. So right now I have headlights on, headlights off, running lights are on, everything off. So let's do headlights. Okay, I don't think blinker still doesn't technically work on here, but I think it's because the car technically isn't in accessory mode, but the blinkers are working. So our brake light does work. Whenever we hit the brake pedal, the brake light works. So I got both of these working. So we have driver side working, passenger side working now. Now this is where stuff gets cool. So we have just the C light, the running light working. We have the low beam working, the limited display working, the running light working, and the fog light working. Like I said, I don't have this side plugged in right now. The high beams also work as well, but this is huge for me, you guys. You have no idea how stressful wiring can be, especially when you've gone to the extent of like stripping everything out of a harness that you just don't need. Now, I'm not entirely sure why blinkers themselves aren't working. I think it's because I can't get the car into accessory mode. This is like pre-accessory mode. The blinker thing, I feel like it's because I can't actually get power from the ECU up to the car, so it doesn't actually know to turn the turn signal on. That could be a placebo thing, but if I come up here and I hit the hazard button right here, it could also be because I don't have something plugged in, but this tells me that the blinkers do work. They all still work somehow. Our mirror blinkers are working. Our headlight blinkers are working, our blinkers are working, all the blinkers are working, except when I try to just use blinker. Look, you can see that one over there blinking away, bloop, bloop, bloop. And no, I'm not selling those mirrors. People keep asking me if I'll sell them. Now, when I do this, there we go. Now the car is technically off. So the car does recognize when it's on and off at this point, which is good. So the jank wiring that I have in there right now, I'm gonna call my own wiring job jank because it kind of is at the moment, it works for now, and it's huge because the body harness stuff was what I was stressing most about with this thing, just because of everything that we pulled out that's just no longer needed with this engine. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. Like, this was a huge milestone for me in getting this wiring done. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying to successfully engine swap a car, and doing it into such a newer chassis like this, there's just a lot more wiring to have to deal with. So this is good, this is huge. Now that we have the wiring for the most part sorted out, I can go in there tomorrow or the day after. I'm actually gonna be up at the mod garage for the next couple days doing an engine build, which you guys are gonna be getting videos on. It's like a stage 4 IAG Extreme, half-inch head stud closed deck build that I'm gonna be doing for someone up there just to help generate funds for this guy right here. But I'm gonna be playing with this wiring some more to get things straightened out before our haul tech gets here, because once the ECU's here, I wanna start wiring in the ECU to work with the CAN bus system in this car. That way we can try to make everything communicate. I'm gonna try to retain the stock dash. Or the stock gauge cluster. If that doesn't work, we're gonna swap over to Haltech's gauge cluster setup, but So I got for you guys on this one. So if you guys are, I doubt anyone else is gonna be as pumped as I am about this wiring thing. It's just, this has been an all day endeavor trying to do this, you guys. But anyways, if you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. Matt, give me a color for today. Blood red. Wow, that's such an angry color.
It's because I'm bleeding.
Let's do periwinkle. Periwinkle, color of the day. And if you're not already subscribed, hit your boy up one of these corners. No one's done this swap into this chassis before, so you don't want to miss it. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.